There's nothing like the thrill of hanging 50 feet over the ground and being exhausted and trying to forget that you're hanging by a rope. Nothing quite like that to stimulate the nervous system. It makes you feel alive. The program here would help other people with Parkinson's, just knowing that there's other people like you that join in and have fun and just experience it together.
I'm Molly. I'm the director of Sport Rock Climbing Centers in Alexandria, Virginia, and I am running UpEND Climbing, which is a nonprofit for people with Parkinson's disease to get them involved in climbing. Its main goal, I would say, is to get funding for studies to be done with Parkinson's, and then secondary would be to get climbing spread across the country, to get groups that are climbing with PD in other gyms in a structured program.
I think climbing is great for pretty much anybody, just because of what it does. It's whole body, it's whole mind, it's a confidence game, it's getting over your fears, it's having trust in other people, it's cheering each other on. There's nobody for whom that's not a good thing that I can imagine.
If someone says, you with Parkinson's go climb, the initial human response is, you shouldn't do that. That sounds scary, right? But in reality, climbing creates a controlled environment that allows for safety. And you're doing it with a team that's there to help you. You're doing it in a padded environment that's safe. You're belayed to the wall. There's a number of different safety features built in.
I think climbing is actually really safe. In fact, it's probably one of the safest sports as someone living with Parkinson's can participate in. There's so many benefits from climbing. Not only do you gain strength, but there is a balancing component as you're trying to figure out where to put your feet. And there's a cardio load. You know, you get to the top and you're a little breathless.
What's exciting about climbing is that it is a relatively new phenomenon in the Parkinson's space. In my role as the director of the Parkinson's Center, I've had the privilege of working with climbers over the last few years because the role of climbing in terms of exercise and rehabilitation has really taken off in the Parkinson's community. And it has done so because of the effects it has on our patients in terms of their strength, their balance, and their mobility. And it's been something that's been a real joy to watch grow because you can refer somebody to a climbing experience and then see them come back and see the different aspects of their mobility change.
I've seen Parkinson's patients come in here in a wheelchair that really can't walk, and they get harnessed in and get attached to the rope, and then the next thing you know, they're climbing up a wall, which is absolutely fascinating to watch.
When you show up for UpEND Climbing, you will see instructors there waiting for you with harnesses to help you put them on. They'll tie you into the rope, they'll explain how everything works. You're gonna climb up the wall. As long as you can move 1 foot above the other a few inches, you can make it up the wall.
It helped me stay in shape. I remember for the first 2 years, my forearms would get sore, and then I would get calluses on my hand, and then eventually my forearms wouldn't be sore anymore. And I actually peaked around 2 years. I could climb 5/8 all day long. I think I felt better when I was climbing. My core was stronger, I had better balance at home. I was able to walk easier, cruise up the stairs, no problem, as long as I was climbing. It's amazing because you can have back pain, you can have shoulder pain, you can have neck pain, and you can come in and climb, and the pain goes away because you're stretching your body out as you climb.
People here are extremely friendly, and everybody's encouraging, and it's just a really wonderful community here. You just feel like you belong here.
I think one of the biggest benefits from the climbing is the community. There are physical benefits to any exercise that you do. Any strenuous exercise is gonna be beneficial to someone with Parkinson's disease. But when you add in this idea of, I have a coach, and I have other members of my community that are cheering me on as I'm going up the wall, that are proud of me, that are helping me, and I get to do that same for these other people, it's huge. It makes a huge difference.
Socially, climbing is great. There's a community that's formed very quickly. I think part of it is getting over the fear and doing that in front of other people. You start to automatically feel vulnerable in front of them and get more comfortable with them.
I think the benefits that I enjoy most are just the personal contacts that I've made with other people who are dealing with a lot of the same challenges and issues that many of us deal with. And the physical aspects of it are beneficial too.
You can still climb, and you can still have your personal victories and your personal accomplishments through climbing and have fun doing it.
Body composition, just feeling more toned. Even weird things like grip strength. It makes it easier to grip things because you have to grip in climbing. And one of the things with Parkinson's is having the dexterity to have the fine motor skills. And if you can grip something more easily, it makes everything just flow easier from there. So I notice even at work, I can type better if I climb more. It's these weird kind of correlations you pick up over time.
It's fun. It's a mental exercise. It's like a puzzle, trying to figure out what are the right holds to take and how to have your body, your center of gravity, and your mass close to the wall. So using your brain to find an easy way up the wall is part of the challenge.
I started climbing 5 years ago, age 75. I'm totally into it, and because of my advanced age, I cannot climb as much as I would like to, which is probably every day. But my bones won't allow me to do that. So I stick to 1 or 2 a week. I'm planning to climb as long as I can, whatever my body tells me. I may have another 10 years or 15 years of climbing.
When we exercise, we feel better. We all know that when, especially in the community of Parkinson's, when you exercise, your disability is less. There's data going back 50 years that with good, consistent exercise, mobility is extended, medication use is reduced, disability is pushed off. We have all these markers of well-being that say that exercise works. But now we're in this wonderful space where we have specific exercise that we see change patients. And we need to find that data of the whole experience to be able to quantify what that means.
I think studying climbing for Parkinson's would be a phenomenal idea. Being able to come back with some scientific actual proof that, hey, this is doing what we say it is and what we think it is, would benefit us as clinicians.
And that's why we need data. We need studies. We need to be able to quantify the benefit of this type of therapy. Because we all see clinically the benefits of this. We all see anecdotally how it makes people better. But in our world of science, we need data to support that, and we need studies that say this is the better, this is the trend, this is the statistically significant data that we can point to as being more than just an anecdotal effect.
The research says that this is going to help and this is going to be beneficial, as opposed to Brittany says this is going to help and this is beneficial. They like it when I say it, but they love it when the research says it.